what was the biggest turning point from the first to the second you thought that the team just faded offensively?
Biggest turning points are penalties. I haven't watched them all yet. We haven't, but it took us out of rhythm, took us out of the hockey game. We got frustrated. They pushed, and we had a lot of guys playing a lot of minutes there in the second period, and a lot of guys not. So we really shot ourselves. They clearly pushed real hard. I mean, our first period was as good as it gets. Their second was as good as it gets, but we fed into it by the penalties for sure. So I think that's probably what got away from us.
Yeah, Dean, even though I guess they didn't score on the power play, just, those battles, I guess, is there any other ones that are standing out to you in this series that are deciding the outcomes?
No, I mean, you look at the goals that they scored. The first three anyway. The first one was, we got an icing and we got a tired group on the ice, and we were looking to change and gave them an odd man situation. Second one, the guy's wide open in front of the net because we lost our stick. Otherwise, we're standing there checking him. And the third one goes off of Broads' head and bounces to them. So it's, they created their opportunities. They created those bounces, but they got them, and that's exactly what we have to do, and we have to continually do that. Clearly, again, we'll look at the penalties, the trippings and whatever. They're not super undisciplined penalties, clearly, but we need to avoid them. We need to avoid them so that we don't get out of rhythm.
You've talked one game at a time and flushing the games all season. Is this going to be your biggest challenge to do that? Because it'd probably be easy to look back at, parts of game 2 and 3 and be like, shoulda, coulda, woulda. It's
2-1, right? It's 2-1. And that's it. We're looking forward to game 4.
And lastly, Dina, how's Johansson?
I don't have an official comment on it, but it does not look good.
Go ahead, Mike.
Dean, after they scored their first goal, that next shift, the fourth line generated shot after shot after shot, a penalty, as you mentioned, and then they spent 2 minutes in the offensive zone on that penalty kill. How much did that whole scenario really turn the tide there in the second period?
Yeah, it's a good point, but they all did, right? I mean, our clears, we didn't get a lot of clears on our PK either, like, easy clears, win a face-off, get it down, get a block shot, get it down. We were sustained in there, like you said, so they're moving the puck and we're working, right? I mean, we're working to those are hard minutes, and a lot of guys were in it, and then even the guys that aren't on it, obviously, are sitting there. And then so the rhythm of the game, we had clearly a nice rhythm going in the first period with the lines, and we got out of it. So we clearly got to stay out of the box, and things hopefully will be better.
Do you think, is this an eye-opening experience right now for Kaprizov? Just, obviously things have come easy to him in a lot of ways this year, but the standard of officiating changes in the playoffs, the tight checkingness changes. I mean, does he have to fight through all that stuff?
Yeah, I think he's fought through stuff all year. I don't think anything's really come to him easy. I think he's worked at it, and he's continually working at it. Sure. It's harder areas to get to. It's harder areas to score, but we need not just him, everybody. We need to take a page from what they did in the second period, and that's just continually get pucks in and grind and get pucks to the net, and expect that those bounces will be there. We'll do that in game 4.